We're live. Yay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And hello, Nick. How are you?
Hi, Marie. Fantastic as usual. I always think about, I should say something different when I come on here, maybe just to align with how people are feeling, but I can't lie. I just always feel good when I get on the show.
I know.
You all have an effect on me.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like a no, that's okay. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, okay, so I've got to get ready and then put dreams in or whatever has come through, and then but once I'm on here, it's like, yay, we get to say hello to everyone. It's like going to someone's house for a cup of tea.
It is. It's funny, isn't it? Everything else seems to just drop away, and
Yes.
you're just very much in the moment. And I think that's why I love it, because I think that feels good. It feels right to be very present. And that's always how I feel. So, yeah, you're looking quite radiant today and summery too. It's freezing down here.
Oh, I have got a jumper on, like the sleeves. It just, it has a little bit out of here. So, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I was going to put on a T-shirt and I went, oh, no, it's a bit chilly.
You Queenslanders can't quite come to winter clothing, can you?
No, it's so true. I have got my Ugg boots on, though, so I can't lie.
All that matters.
Oh, that's funny. So, hi, Christine. Nice to see you on. So, yeah, but yeah, it feels like it's been a really interesting week on an energy level. So how have you been finding it, Nick?
Surprisingly, I don't feel that I'm affected. I haven't been paying attention so much to what's been going on externally, and perhaps that's why I'm able to align my inner being a little bit easier, because I'm not letting external stuff influence me. Every now and then I check in and I think, oh, that's really interesting, and then just see it all play out in what it's supposed to play out as. But yeah, there's nothing that really stands out for me that I can think of, except one thing I'd say about the energies right now is that we're stepping into a whole new creative zone. Yep. So for me, really doing that, really starting to tweak some things, and the more I feel like that's what I'm here to do, the more it starts being created out there. So, what about you?
Yeah, no, it's been interesting. I've sort of it's so weird. I've been getting snippets from through my life of things that I'd forgotten about. Something will trigger it, and then a memory will come through. And I go, this, and it was happening constantly for a few days. So I was like, wow, okay, there's something going on here, whether it's just releasing something or whether it's also just showing me, Marie, this is just a memory is simply a part of this matrix. It's simply a part of the hologram, and you've had an experience with it. And that's really all that's actually attached to it. I don't know. It's really interesting. But yeah, and I feel like the veil's very thin, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, look, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I think the full moon always pushes people a little, just because of so much intention that goes into that moon, with everyone just focusing on it, especially when it's full. So that was really interesting. And I did notice one night that the stars weren't as prominent. We could only see, my friend and I could only see about 4 stars in the sky. Wow. It felt like there was plasma there.
Right.
Which was really interesting. So whereas, Christine saying that they were very clear where she was. So yeah, but just things like that. And the magpies have come back. Like, man, they're out in force.
I don't know if I've frozen. Did you freeze, or is it me?
I don't know. I'm fine. I can see you fine.
Yeah. So it's just funny, as that happened, I got one of those big, and then the electronics went a bit crazy then.
No, you were fine. And it was just as the magpies were singing. So
I didn't hear them. I was hearing it. That topic we put on for the show today, which I can't even remember what it was, but
do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
So Nick came up with this one. So it's, do you have dreams that consolidate your awake life plans? And it's plans, not planw. I did a little bit of a type. Sorry,
it drew attention to it.
Plan W. Have you got Plan W in place?
What is Plan W? I'm still working on Plan Y.
Oh, and Jillian's here. Hi, Jillian. I've just got to get my my cards. Sorry, guys, I forgot about them. That's all I need there. Don't mind me. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So where did that come from? What was going on for you when you came up with that?
Well, I've really felt that I asked for my dreams to present to me something new, something different that might help stimulate in this reality. And what I was getting was that as I'm planning my reality in 3D, which I know is heavily influenced by my dream world, dream state, is that I was getting dreams that were really guiding me and giving me answers to things that I might have had questions for in that reality. And not necessarily like a direct answer, do this and do it this way, but more that it was energetic. It was all based, and I knew that's what it was about. It was like switch the energy and your answers will come type thing. So I did get some visuals on some of the things, and one of them was, my dreams, I have these really short bursts of, these were symbolic ones rather than a story. And I had a cylinder. It seemed like a cylinder, and it always comes in from my left side and then moves towards my right side. And the cylinder was like rolling, but it was also, as it was moving across, it was fragmenting off into small pieces, not in a dramatic way, just very soft. And the cylinder was like this soft, pale green color. And I was like questioning, and I said, well, how's this going to help me? What does this mean? And I thought, actually, I feel like it's parts of me that have yet to get to be explored, and also letting go of things that no longer serve. And because I was just observing it, which you tend not to do in this reality, we tend to sort of put our emotions, feelings, thought patterns, past ideas onto it. I was just observing it. And I felt there was this sense of letting go and opening up and bringing new in. And then I got a lime come in. I could smell it, see it. Wow. And I thought, well, what does a lime represent to me? So none of that sort of stuff is really in, like if you try and look up, Dream Book, or the one we use, Betty Bethard's, you don't find that sort of thing there. So you have to feel into it. But the lime to me represented that purifying freshness. So then I thought, I'll ask a bit more. And then immediately after, and I can't even remember anything these days, oh, that's right, I got the cuneiform come in. It's an old Sumerian symbolic script, and it's based on sort of triangular shapes. And it was just everywhere. And I thought, what are all these symbols meaning? And I sort of thought we're going back to more simpler ways of doing things without complexity.
Interesting. It actually sounds a bit like an activation as well. Energetically, that feels very much like an activation because I used to have that happen with the flower of life, and it would break into all aspects of it, and I could feel it vibrating through my whole body while I was asleep. But it was an lucid experience. So it sounds a little bit similar for you, doesn't it? I'm actually going to pull some cards on that because I think that's really interesting to see, what comes up for you with that. And because, of course, you were asking, weren't you? You were asking questions. So, yeah, it's I reckon something was activated for you. And when you woke up, did you feel any different?
I felt actually a sense of that the path I'm on is exactly the path I should be on.
Beautiful. And it's funny because the Wheel of Fortune card came up. So to me, this is absolutely you can't make this stuff up, that you're absolutely moving exactly where you're meant to be moving within the divine plan, within your timing, within everything. And when that card comes up, it usually means it just happens. You just go with the flow, and it's actually happening for you. So let me just see what else comes up for you. I think that one. 9 of Cups. So yes, that to me is your desire card. That's emotionally you are getting what it is you desire. So it's just real confirmation. But I love the way you asked the question. So and Page of Cups. The beautiful thing is it will come in step by step. It's not going to be this huge, overwhelming, dump. Because the Page of Cups is all about learning something new emotionally and just taking one step at a time. And the fish in it always reminds me of wisdom. So it's like that wisdom will come through, and it will just be this gentle, ongoing natural way of moving forward. So I love that. That's real confirmation.
Yeah, nice cards. Especially that idea of the Page of Cups. Some people say, yeah, but I just want it all to happen in one big hit. But, I think sometimes you don't learn as much when you just go, from point A to point B. You miss all that wonderful experience in the middle that you can glean with other things later on. So I'm quite happy to take it with that natural approach as well. And I think that's a good meaning. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. That absolutely just got confirmed. What you're saying is that Ace of Pentacles. And so really just being in the moment and allowing ourselves to experience that, because that's what we're here for. And things are shifting so fast. So it doesn't matter. We might think, oh, this is taking forever. But in actual fact, I look back to even like 2 or 3 years ago, and if I'm looking back to like 10 years ago, it would take months and months to work through one emotional experience. Sometimes it was coming up to be cleared or to be experienced. And now it's like you get it and it's gone. It's just like fast, fast, fast.
It's so true.
We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need it to all come in at once, because it can shift like that if it needs to anyway.
And I also feel that what it's doing is, like, if you have any, because it's all to do with my setting up of my my design studio that I want to do workshops with at home, and it's getting really close now to it being finished, so I can start operating out of it. And and I'm starting to tweak all the things, like what do I want to call it, how am I going to market myself, and all of this, and I don't have answers to all of those things, but I have this incredible trust and knowingness that the right things will just pop up at the right time if I allow that to happen. And if I make mistakes, I'm meant to make those mistakes as well. So that's probably a good message for everybody now, because we're on the edge of this evolution, and it does feel a little bit messy sometimes when we don't have all the answers, because we're stepping into new territory. So I think it's just put your toe in and get a feel for something you might not have done before. And if it feels a bit uncomfortable, that's all right. That's just letting go of some of our past energy that's attached to things like that. So it's interesting. I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but I imagine we're going to get a whole mix of explanations of what's going on currently.
Yeah, so I'd love it if let us know what have you been feeling, what have you been experiencing and creating in your world to experience. So it's been really interesting. I reckon it's just every day. It's like, okay, I'm just open to whatever will happen, and just see where it takes us. So let us know. It's really nice, because when we share, then sometimes it's like we don't feel like we're so alone. And we know that we're all connected. So, and Jasper wants to say hello. Sorry, I forgot. So Jasper's here with us all. Yeah. So, and of course, I haven't done it for ages, but I put him and Clara, my other crystal skull, out with us with the full moon. So, so I think they enjoyed that. So, but he's just saying he can get it anytime he wants, though, if he wants energy. So, which is lovely. So that's this week. And I'm just thinking, we did get I think it was Kim sent through a dream for us. So I'm wondering if we should start with that. If anyone else has got dreams or anything they want to put in, just pop it in for us and we can have a look at it. Or even if you've had experiences a little bit synchronistic. And it's funny because last night I was asking for a dream just to give me some clarity around some things. And I remember during the dream, a part of it was lucid, because I remember I was actually observing in my dream and going, oh, wow, I'm doing that now. Okay. And I went, oh, this will be a good one to remember. And then, of course, I didn't follow my basic rules and write it down as soon as I woke up. And now I'm going, oops. So just a reminder for everyone, it really helps if we do just pop down. If I'd even popped down a couple of words, I know I would have remembered that dream. So I've been slack. So I don't know how everyone else is going with remembering. Oh, and Kathleen's popped something up. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen. Hi, ladies and everyone. What happened to me today? I wanted to take my grandson to a track walk. He likes to run, but I just couldn't find it. Even asked a police officer. No luck. So went home, and on the way, I found a beautiful park with a walking trail with redwood trees, and it was beautiful. Is this in real life?
I think so, yes.
Oh, it was just around the corner from us.
So
LOL.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, it happened for Kathleen today. Yeah. So I know. So sometimes we think we know what we want, but there's something new or different, and it can often be closer to home. So Kathleen, that is such a beautiful reminder to trust. It's so true. So
And
yeah,
that's
I'm
the
pretty sure that was
easier way, isn't it? That's the more simpler way of doing things.
yeah,
And
totally.
that's really interesting, Kathleen. It really is, because that's where you're bringing a new reality. And you may not necessarily have asked for it, but yeah, the track was not meant to be. Exactly.
That's right.
It was cut out so you
You've
could have a new
outgrown it.
reality. Yeah.
You needed some different energy and grid lines. And I have been popping in and checking on our beautiful crystalline grid that we all connected with our crystal scales or our intention. And oh my goodness, it's just almost gone into this whole new holographic reality.
Mm, mm,
It's quite powerful. So I don't know if anyone else has been tapping into it at all,
mhm,
but it's certainly interesting when we do. So which is really cool.
mm,
So yeah, so thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, so share
mm,
things because then we don't actually have to think, oh, we're going crazy. No, this is happening.
mm.
So, but Kim's dream was really interesting. So I'm going to pop this up now. Hi, Kim.
So moving into an old, tall apartment building, there were many more across the street, like a mall. Looked like Las Vegas. One building had an old, faded Donald Duck picture on it. A woman beat me. I couldn't get a job there with my son. Then she complained about the parking lot at the apartment and the parked parallel taking up lots of room. I noticed lots of leaves and dirt on all the balconies and roads, so I went to unpack my leaf blower. The first one was like a balloon, and then once I got one, there were no working power points in the apartments. Someone started yelling, saying that the wiring was old. I had to find one in the parking lot. I found lots of black-looking rocks that I started to blow, but they crumbled and it was like an earthquake. Then suddenly the roads opened up and a beautiful bejeweled ship came sailing through over all the rocks.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that was the end of the dream. And it's interesting because as I was writing this dream, it was like, wow, there's so many brilliant archetypes in this, isn't there?
There
And
is.
so when the lady was parking, everyone else was going vertical. So this lady was parking horizontal, and she was the one that was telling Kim that she bet she couldn't get a job over the road, and Kim wanted one. So I mean, already you can see there's some real parallels. And it'll be interesting to see once we decode this where Kim's actually at in her life, because I really
Mm.
feel, Kim, that this is actually quite a personal subconscious dream almost. So so if anyone wants to comment as well, I love the other perspectives that we can get. So what were you getting straight away?
Well, the first part of that, because I have to there is a lot in this, excuse me, so I had to break it down. Um, tall buildings, possibilities and opportunities that we've got, and you're seeing a lot of them. So there's a lot of opportunities that are presenting themselves. And the fact, like, what does Las Vegas mean to people? It's usually, wow, when they first go there, not the seedy side of Vegas, but they sort of go, wow, look at all this. I don't know where to look first. I could go over here, go over there. It just stimulates lots of energy. But the fact that you saw one building had the old faded Donald Duck picture on it, and that to me represents we don't have to be pulled down by our past anymore. It's sort of like we were once upon a time following that sort of thing and that we were excited about it, but we've got better things that are coming to us, and they're being presented to us. So just in that little nugget of that dream, there's so much to be read out. And quite often you either get an expansion of that in your dreams, a bit more detail, or it could just morph into a whole nother message. So what do you think about just that little bit?
Yeah, just that little bit. Absolutely. Yeah, the tall buildings, there was lots around. Absolutely agree with you, because our building is our home, or what we're setting up for ourselves to experience. And
Mm.
so for you, I feel there was lots of opportunity, but you were choosing in a way to try and look for a job where there was a faded Donald Duck image. So to me, Donald Duck, the cartoon and the character, very loved, but it's old hat now. So it's almost like you were still trying to find something that you were comfortable with almost.
Yeah.
That, maybe you're just not quite ready to go out and look for something outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
and then it was interesting that, that the parking, that this woman that said, oh, you couldn't get a job there, she was parking parallel. So she was changing it up. Everyone else was parking vertically. So what is that aspect of you actually trying to do? She was taking up a lot of room. So, to me, the fact that she was saying she didn't believe you could get a job over there was you knew you could, but maybe she was trying to stop you. Maybe she was saying, look, you need to look somewhere else. To park yourself, literally. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm strongly getting a message here about the fact that we all have to do that. It's about not going down like just Kathleen's dream just then. Don't force going and trying to find that park that and then because what's waiting for you will just appear. Yeah, so I actually feel the same with what you're saying there, Marie. We don't have to necessarily force into something. And we're getting blocks put up for us deliberately now. We're putting them up for ourselves, I believe. But yeah, the universe is plopping things in the way. They go, no, you can't come this way today.
That's it. I agree. And the fact then that, Kim noticed that there was sort of all leaves and dirt on the balconies and on the grounds, and she went to get a leaf blower. The first one didn't even have a plug, and it was like a balloon. So it was floppy. It wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to do anything. So it was meant there wasn't enough energy there for you to blow things away at first to clear it up. And the second one did. Then you couldn't find the PowerPoint because they weren't working, and that there was old wiring. So to me, this is our brain as well, the wiring within us. We're wired, we're hardwired sometimes. So if the wiring's not working, it means there needs to be a new circuit set up. So to me, this is around our way of thinking and our neural network literally within our brain. So I feel that you're looking for that. There has been a change going on for you is what I'm feeling. And then the fact you found your leaf blower, and then you notice these big black rocks. So, Nick, what would you say big black rocks refer to?
Well, there's the mystery of the unknown in the colour of that. But, the rock itself, rocks to me they hold an energy. They're like, if you have a big rock and you see it, people sit on it, but they never move. They're so stable and they're observers of everything that's going on in the world. So it's like within that rock, there's all these mysteries that are yet that rock sees it. So almost sees it's happening. It's happened already. It's just waiting for you to step into those mysteries and experience them. That's just my personal take on it.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's so true. And it's so unique because the first card up is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is very much your uniqueness. Kim, this is who you are, your ability to create. The gold is very much to me a consciousness. So I feel you've been going through a shift as well. And so I love it. I love this card. It's really showing your true potential. I feel you've had a bit of chaos getting to this point because the Seven of Cups has come up. So for me, that's an emotional the seven is also spiritual. So there's been an emotional sort of aspect that's pushed you. And then the Knight of Swords, which I love because this is your own military, your that neural networking. The swords is the mind. So that's coming into play for you. And it's like you are getting this this action, this change. You're planning something new and different is what I'm getting from this. And the black rocks, it's the unknown. It's something that's very grounded, but they were crumbling. So the old is giving way through the chaos to find this beautiful, unique you through a new plan. And the fact then that you, where are we? And then, and like an earthquake. So there's a lot of shaking going on in your foundations is what I'm getting. It's like really changing you up pretty quickly. Like we said, things are happening and moving very quickly. And a bejeweled ship coming sailing through. What does a ship mean? Huge potential for an emotional expansion, and that it's got jewels on it. So it's beautiful. So, you know, in a way, that sort of brings us back to this.
Mm.
So yeah, I would definitely sit and contemplate with this dream, Kim, and actually ask yourself, well, what do I want? I've got all of these options. Why would I want to go back to something old when I have all these beautiful options? And when we have an upgrade, it's like it just doesn't resonate anymore. Going back to do something that we've done before, we've already been there. We don't need to experience it. So yeah, I think that's a great dream, and it's a really good one for everyone to hear, because again, it's bringing out those archetypes and yet making it really personal. Like, yeah. So, anything else, Nick?
Well, you were spot on about before when you're talking about the neural networks in the brain reprogramming and sort of what, even though we might have come, I was listening to something that really resonated with me last night, and it was like we've come from a wholeness, you know, a place of wholeness, and then we separated, you know, from that wholeness to division. And how do we get back to that wholeness? We don't just go back to it because it's old, it's in the past. We can't recapture that anymore. Our brains are rewiring. How do we do this? How do we make it happen this way? We know it sits within here, but it's still got to be organized. And it's like we've got to try something new. And that's where that 1 + 1 = 3 now, because we're going back to that triune, you know. And I sort of feel like, and that's maybe, and also that cuneiform that I got as well, that coding that came in, it's all, cuneiform is based on those wedges and triangle shapes. So I feel like there's a message coming through here which says that, yeah, you've got to, there's something that your mind maybe hasn't processed yet that will allow you to come into something new that is not been done before, not the old way. And that's that old Donald Duck thing as well. Yeah, really.
And it's also perspective. It's almost like we get a different perspective, like a different viewpoint of being able to look at a situation and go, why did I not think of this before? You know, and and when you get that aha moment, you go, wow. So, and interesting, because Queen of Wands, it's true what you were saying, it's true. The Queen of Wands, now she's my integrity card. She takes the action with integrity through her intuition, that black cat there. So you've got to trust your intuition on this one because it's new. But that's where that was it the swords, the Knight of Swords came through for you. It's like that plan will be there for you. So just trust it, Kim, is what I'm getting, and trust yourself. So yeah, great dream. Thank you for sharing that.
I think really pertinent right now.
Oh, very pertinent. So much new coming in.
There is, and we can't process it with our old way of thinking. Our old brain doesn't know how to think that way. So we have to develop new systems of feeling into things, which is the intuition, to help guide us. Because we can't relate. It's a bit like when they say about science. They can prove something today and say it's all fact and this is what it is. But you know that down the track, that science is going to be changed and either debunked, or further proof will come that it's not true. And it just keeps growing and growing. And that's what we're doing. We're learning just to keep growing and not being stuck and contained anymore. Yes, very, very interesting dream.
And remembering too, because we have gifts and talents that we can just tap into as we expand, which is just, that's half the fun. So
wouldn't it be great when we can start typing on here and like, oh, this is what happened to me and this is what I managed to do today. And we probably won't need to be doing it on a platform like this. There'll be some other way.
I know, we'll be just telepathizing it everywhere. So, and hi Tony, so nice to see you on. I'm glad you made the live as well. So our beautiful Kathleen's had a dream.
Hey, I was tapping into you last night, Kathleen, while I was thinking about things, and I thought, I wonder if I send out into the energy of the group to different people, and I'm going to plant some images and see if any of them land today. So I haven't read this, so I'll see what happens. If you see me going, oh my God, it's probably
that's what's going on. You're tapping in.
So I was sitting on a curb. A man came up and stole my keys to a small car and a horse trailer. My daughter's horse was in the back, purse and dog. I went home and called police. 2 days later, they came back with a small girl, and I hugged her tight and said, I'm so sorry and worried that what had she been through. The horse was wandering in the neighborhood and the dog came back too. Woke up and realized the girl was me as a child in real life, my grandson is going through terrible separation anxiety, so don't know if it's related.
Well, yeah, Kathleen, and I'm going to ask you what happened to you as a child that maybe did create some trauma. And children, we're so sensitive as children. We pick up on all the vibrations, all the nuances that's going on in an experience. And as an adult, we'd probably be able to cope with it and go, okay, we'll logic it out, we'll feel through it, and then we know what to do. Whereas children don't have that. They just have this huge sensitivity. So, Kathleen, can you think of something that you think might be a little bit similar to what your grandson's going through? And remember also, you're tuned into him. So you would probably be picking up on his anxiety as well. So, but to start with, we can go back and look at the archetypes again that have come up in this dream for you. So Nick, do you want to start with some of those brilliant archetypes that have come up?
Well, when somebody steals your keys, the keys to me is that ancient, the codes within you that you came with that will spark what you need to do in order to achieve experience that you've asked for, and for what, and to be able to use your free will as well. So when someone takes that away from you, they're taking away a little bit of your essence, and that's where, as a child, if you do that to a child, like you said, it's very easy to traumatize a child, even though as adults we just laugh it off or whatever, get over it, but we forget what it was like when we were children. We've sort of covered it up on layers. So yeah, definitely. And that small car is your vehicle, and you were a small child, you were still coming into yourself right then. And then you've got a horse trailer. Now, horses are such incredible creatures. They're part of my top, the top 3 creatures that I really resonate with because of the power they hold. And they really discern. They're really discerning. They really know, like they can feel energy very easily. So it's sort of a relationship there with your energy you felt as a child. And the trailer, once again, is a holder of something. And there's so much in this dream, actually, because it is coming from probably an experience that you've had.
And the daughter as well. So it's almost like maybe something that's coming through lineage. Yes, as well. And the police, when you call the police in a dream, you're asking for help, you're getting guidance. And the fact it was 2 days later that everything came back, and they had the small girl. So that to me is balance. It's like bringing balance back into that aspect of you. So, yeah. And interesting, because I'd actually do a meditation or a contemplation on this with your inner child. And if you like as well, I would ask your grandson through his higher self, if it's all right to bring him through into the meditation and just look and see what's coming up, what aspect maybe needs to be owned, to be thanked, and then to be released and loved. That's just what I'm getting for you with that.
Nice. That's a really good idea to do that, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and you're right, Nick, horses are amazing. So in the animal magic cards, the horse is power and freedom. So it's like you're losing some of that when that horse was taken. But it came back, it wandered back in. Now the dog, so to me, dogs are very loyal, aren't they? But it just depends, what, and a dog is the masculine, I think, in the book. So, yeah, so it's great you got that realization that it was you as a child. So this could be a beautiful moment to sit down and do some lineage clearing and just owning it. I just drop in and open my heart. Everything goes through the heart. And then just drop in and ask for that aspect, that little girl to come up. And like I said, you can include your grandson in this because it will be something in the lineage. And it's really interesting because the 8 of Pentacles has come up. So this to me says something's still being worked on. It hasn't quite finished yet. So, and then the 10. So when you do though, this is abundance. The 10 of Pentacles is all about abundance, lots of people. So I feel like we're on the right track in a way with this dream with you. So Kathleen, I'd love to know a little bit about, what you've been feeling. I feel there's a bit of confusion going on as well around the situation because the 5 of Swords has come up. So this can be when our mind is just running through things, and 5 means change as well. So yeah, I would definitely do some work with that one. Yeah. So,
and when we get these dreams that we're tapping into, which we really feel that are our own lives or our past life or my inner child comes out, I immediately get that feeling of forgiveness, forgiving ourselves for feeling that way, forgiving somebody else for doing something. It's just because we're past that blame game now. So we can't sort of say, what caused this? Why did it happen? I'm still going to blame this person. It's just a real letting go of everything. And there's that, for me, the dog, that's where the dog comes in. When I see a dog in a dream, the dog, when a dog you can yell at a dog and then 5 minutes or 5 seconds later, boom, they're back to loving you again. It's just that they don't hold on. They've forgiven you.
We hold on.
Yeah, we're the ones that hold on. So, that to me is that little bit of imagery can mean quite a lot too, which is just get yourself back grounded. Look what's happening right here and now. Connect with the grandson on that level, like Marie said. I think that's brilliant. And I always recommend that to people. Have you tried talking to their higher selves? Have you tried to ask, communicate beyond just this body here? And it seems to always work for me.
It does. I used to do it with the animals. So when I fostered, especially if a dog was really traumatized and they needed to go to a quiet home, and I had time with them, and I actually would, before I even met them, I would drop into my heart, I would go into my higher self, and then I would tap into their higher self. And I would say, please let them know they're going to be safe, that they're going to be really loved and nurtured so that they can heal and they get time to be just completely covered with it in safeness and in joy. And honestly, when I go to meet that animal, the people at the welfare league are going, he never does this. He's been really good with you. And I'm going, yeah, I didn't tell him. I've already had a chat to him. It's okay. He already trusts me. So you can do that with children too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But this is
So
interesting.
last week, she did. I shared a dream and thought it was about my parents leaving us alone at a hotel room when I was 5 for a few hours when we went to Disneyland.
Yeah, and remember that 5 of swords came up. So it leaves confusion. It leaves your mind like, have I been abandoned? So, and like I said, as children, we're so sensitive that could be taken on. But it feels like to me this has gone through. This is actually something that started in your lineage to be picked up like that much.
Totally.
So
absolutely getting that, Marie, because we're now dropping that. We don't need to carry on that anymore. So that must have happened through lineage, I would say. Like, why would you react? Like a dog doesn't react. We're coming in with this new coding, therefore we should be able to just move through stuff and not let it affect us. But I think that's because, and I'm feeling that too, is I keep asking, is there anything else I need to repair? I need to help heal from that lineage. So she said, will do, Marie, thank you. I'm having a hard time forgiving his dad for putting the idea in his head that his mum was going to leave him. So maybe that is what I need to work on, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And, honestly, once it's cleared, it's like then it doesn't keep being created within the family through anyone.
Yeah.
So on it, I feel that's a big part of our role is this clearing of perceptions around trauma and just letting it go. So that's
because when a child is born, they always have a little bit of the DNA of their mother in them. You can't help that. That's still there. And so, but I always think it's miraculously. So when the mother clears it, it will disappear in the child.
Absolutely. And the lineage,
like
for everyone. It's just fascinating. So I know. Wow. So thanks for sharing.
I know we can't do the work for everyone, but we can do the work for our lineage, and that's part of what we're doing as well. But you know what I always say to children about that, where they have this perceived stress that comes in, which is, is this real? Yeah. Is this actually real? Can you see it? Can you smell it? Can you get down to the core of what their fear is, and then have that discussion about what's real for them, and do some activities with them that show them that, and they'll see that, no, that's just what somebody thought, but is it real? It's just a belief. Right. And when you try to bring clarity to it that way, in a neutral way, they're able to use that as a tool for everything else before jumping into this feeling of panic and separation, and because that's really our trauma as well.
Yeah, of course. It's separation from the God Goddess, from our initial, coming into our own experiencing from that. And you know, that wounding, it's very deep within all of our DNA. So it's, yeah, definitely something that's worth working on.
Yeah,
But,
feeling unsafe is something that we need to work on a bit too. You know, how do we
yeah,
feel safe?
how do we feel safe? Exactly. Interesting, because, Nick, did you pull any cards for today before I do
Oh,
it?
I did actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. Funny enough, yeah, I pulled this card, and I've pulled a couple, but this one wants to stand out, and it's this one. Your body
Oh,
is like a book.
that is so beautiful, and it's a number 523, which is number 5, which is change. So the body's like a book. So are you seeing it, Nick, as if it's our DNA? It's holding all the stories. Isn't that amazing with what we've just been talking about?
Yeah, and if you tune into your body too, you can actually see. You think, well, what is this? What is this telling me about this part of my body? Is there? Am I getting a message about this? Because we
Mm,
hold so much in our physical bodies, in our organs, that
mm.
that when we target and focus on it, we can release it, we can let it go. So with all those meditations that you do, Marie, I really feel that every single time when you're running light through us, what we're doing is we're learning how, we're teaching ourselves how to release.
Yeah, you just froze a little bit,
I
but
did.
yeah, absolutely we are. And, you know, today I got the hit that I needed to do a meditation for everyone as well.
Yeah.
So, but Christine's had an experience as
Oh,
well.
I've had big frequency upgrades, having crazy visuals to show clarity as I ask for it, meeting guides, releasing very ancient traumas, profound breathwork journeys, exciting understandings. Yay, unicorn fairy wand.
Job,
Oh, that's
Christine.
awesome, Christine. Yeah,
Yeah, and, you know, once you dive in, it's like you just start accepting and going, "Oh, yeah, okay, that's in existence in my world now. It's part of
yeah,
who I am," and I'm remembering that. So
yeah.
that's really beautiful that you're going through
Mm.
that and
Uh,
taking
um,
advantage of the
are those
energy.
Yeah, are the visuals you're getting, are they in this life here, or are they in your dream life, or is there a crossing over? Because I know you say a lot of your dreams you don't always remember, but so I'm assuming you're just getting downloads during the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like your visions or something. So,
yeah,
yeah, interesting. Wow, so there you go. So, shall we do a meditation? What do you reckon, Nick?
oh, yeah. Please do.
Okay. And it's interesting because one of the cards really wanted to come out, but then I got told I had to then divinate still. So 2 cards have come up for today, which are really positive. So the first one is number 14, which is inner strength.
Mm,
And this
mm,
is what we've been talking about. And it's a number 14, which is, again, it's a 5. So this is having the strength to allow the changes to come through. Because, I mean, I'll be the first to put my hand up. I actually don't like change. I think it's an innate part of my personality. I'm a laggard. I'm the last one to get the newest thing on the shelf, you know, that sort of thing. So
mm,
it takes a lot of inner strength for me to go, right, I need to change this and to actually move
mm,
forward with it. But
mm,
I always do ask for help, and universal light has come up for
mm,
everyone. So this is number
mm.
34, which is a 7. So this is that beautiful mystical energy reminding us of who we are and getting that support through it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
And
there.
interesting, that first card to me took me back to the dream that we're talking about with the rock and the stone breaking up as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Yeah, because that's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So inner strength, giving us that courage and strength to be able to change and to be able to hold this frequency that everyone's getting.
Yeah,
So yeah.
definitely.
So
Oh, she got it
yeah.
through. Christine said she got her visuals through meditations.
Meditations. Yeah, yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. So
Mm, mm,
okay, so let's have a little look first and see what we're working with today. Number 14, inner strength. This is part of our solar plexus chakra.
mm,
So you've pulled this card as a reminder that it's time to call on your inner strength. You have the ability to deal with anything in your life. We are all a part of the universe, which has magnificent power and energy available to us at all times, which is that one. This is so cool. You are being invited to connect to, acknowledge, and call upon the incredible strength that lies within you. Life may be challenging for you at present, and you are reminded that you have the tools and the ability to conquer anything that comes your way. Whether it's an emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual challenge, know you have the strength to move through it and come out the other end empowered. It's time to trust that you are strong enough and courageous enough to move through this difficult time and learn some powerful life lessons. The universe is always giving you opportunities to build inner strength. It is up to you to take on the challenge and rise from the ashes. You may be required to look at your situation from a different point of view, or even willing to let go of some old belief systems that are weakening your inner strength. Whatever it is that you are being guided to do, make sure to listen and put it into action. And the affirmation with that one is, I have the strength to face all of life's challenges with grace. And of course, our solar plexus is all about our personal power, empowerment, inner strength, self-mastery, determination, self-discipline, courage, confidence, emotional balance. So that's perfect. Then we'll just have a quick look at universal light, because these two, it just feels like they really need to go together today. So, and I feel this is also us tapping more into our true divine nature, and using that to help us to move forward and propel ourselves. So this is part of our soul star chakra. So the soul star chakra to me is probably about 1 meter above our head, is where I feel it and envision it. So you'll find wherever yours is for you, it's no problem at all. So yeah, they say about 6 inches above the crown. I see it a little bit further. It is said to be where the soul or the spirit enters the third dimension, which is the physical reality of the conscious being. It is through the soul star that we connect to the divine wisdom of the universe and open up to the spirit realms and universal love and light. It relates to angels and masters, divine wisdom, soul healing, cosmos, light beings, personal guides, creator, and source. So number 34, which is universal light. And it's just a reminder that you are always connected to and an extension of the powerful universal light of the cosmos. This light is what fuels your soul and gives birth to the stars. This light is divine, unconditional love at its purest. Sometimes you can feel disconnected and shut off from this light. However, in truth, you're an extension of and made up of this energy and can never be separate. This light loves, guides, and supports you at all times. You may like to introduce meditation to your daily routine, attend a spiritual awakening event or workshop, work with some powerful breathing exercises. Christine, I think you've been doing this, or even take up yoga to deepen your connection. Your heart will expand with love as your soul heals, bringing you peace of mind and well-being in your world. Open your heart to receive the love of universal light available to you at all times. You're an amazing, powerful being, and now it is time to believe in your light. And the affirmation with that one is, I am a divine channel of universal light. So I think these two go together perfectly. Right. So, okay. So if you want to join in with us now, you can always do this afterwards as well. If you're watching this show afterwards, and as I run the energy, you'll still get that energetic hit. So just let yourself relax. If you're sitting, feet flat on the ground, nice and comfortable. If you're laying down, just let your body sit in the most comfortable position. And just close your eyes. Now take a big breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just let yourself gently just drop deeper and deeper into your being, into your body. Another breath in. And this time, as you breathe out, just take your awareness into that heart chakra. Wherever that is for you is perfect. And you're going to see, sense, or feel brilliant white light begin to come through your heart chakra. And as it does so, it begins to expand and it clears away any blocks, anything that's not of love, releasing, rejuvenating. This beautiful white light continues to flow and move through your whole body until every cell is filled up with this vibrating white light. It now expands out into your aura, your energy field. Again, dissolving and melting any cords, hooks, anything that does not serve you any longer. And then I want you to see, sense, or feel a beautiful yellow frequency of light pouring through the solar plexus near the belly button. Just allow this golden light to move through. Once again, releasing any blocks, anything that's not allowing you to be in your full power. The essence of the citrine crystal now begins to come through your solar plexus as well. You feel a golden warmth. Any cords that have been coming to you or from you that are no longer needed can now be dissolved. If you have children, this doesn't mean you disconnect from them. It simply means that you come from your heart with them rather than your power center. And now have the intention of connecting in to our beautiful divine being, our oversoul. And as you take your attention to just above your crown, a brilliant white light begins to come down from the cosmos. This white light is vibrating in perfect divine unity with you. And as this comes through our soul star chakra, we either see, sense, feel, or know that our beautiful higher self or our personal guide is here with us now. This light continues to flow through you from the top all the way down into your feet and into the earth. Just give your guides full permission, or your higher self, whatever it is that's come through for you today, give them full permission to be with you, to help you, to guide you, to bring you comfort, and make you feel so safe in their presence. And just ask if they have a message for you. Ask them to help you to be more empowered and to find the inner strength when you need it in situations that often revolve around change. Feel the sense of peace that comes through with this beautiful cosmic connection. And just know that these beautiful angelic guides, beings, your higher self is here with you all the time. You simply have to think of them and they will be with you. Let all your worries and cares flow away as they help you to see, sense, and feel life from a much higher perspective. So thank them for being with you. And when you're ready, we're going to just gently come back into the here and now, bringing back that beautiful message, that feeling, whatever it was that came through for you. Start to wriggle your toes. Focus on your breathing, coming back into the here and now, bringing through that amazingly beautiful spiritual energy. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And when you come back, I want you to just gently look around you and just see, how does your physical eyesight feel after that? Okay, so these were our two beautiful cards again. So it was our inner strength and it was our universal light. The two sort of really came together. Oh, how did you go with that, Nick?
I think that was the most powerful meditation I've had with you, Marie.
That's why I think the two cards had to come together.
I
Yeah.
think we're ready for something like that. She felt like that guide came in and was part of my body as well. Like it wasn't next to me here; it was all over me. I had that feeling of that, like the gold, the citrine color you're talking about, was the whole shape of the body. But even though they don't have a body, it was this light body, and this long, like I felt this long, beautiful white hair as well around me, and it was just sitting in me. And the message I got was, "We're with you." And that's when you later on said that, and I love you. And then I thanked them. And I just thought, that's that easy. If we could just, whenever we're feeling out of sorts, just call on them. And I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to bring that one in to me.
Yeah.
Because they're with me all the time, but be conscious of it. Very hard to let go of, though. I didn't want to let go of it. I really had
to. Yeah.
Able, to come back here. It was like, come on, Nicole, you got to come back. You can't just stay there.
Yeah, but you can bring that feeling back with you. And that's why I wanted everyone to sort of just look around them and notice how their eyes felt. Because for me, when I was looking at some of my crystals, it's like they were shining, like so bright. There was a real frequency I was tapping into within the crystals. So, yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone else wants to share as well, just to, what you experienced, because I think it really allows us to open up more and more and more to this incredible aspect that we truly are, So, yeah, I'd love to hear other people's. I'm glad you found that really powerful, Tony. That's really, just beautiful. So yeah, I know I felt that as well. That was really beautiful. So I never know what's going to come through. But I did get told this morning I had to do a meditation. So that was obviously needed. So okay.
I'm outside, and when you said that the trees and pine cone looked shimmery. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really tapping into that etheric level, that dimension. So yeah, that's beautiful.
Because I feel like if I go out now, I'll certainly commune with nature more. There'll be something, my energy will be picked up on by the birds or a butterfly, or it'll just be like, oh, we're going to go over here because this is so pure or something like that. Whereas
it's so true, Nick. They do. I know a couple of times when I've had a really beautiful transformative healing with someone, or we've done a gridding, I might be sitting outside just contemplating, and the next minute a bee will come up. I've had a bee land on my heart and then just fly off again. And people have said, I've had bees following me, and people go, Marie, you've got a bee following you because the bees are the light workers and they're attracted to that frequency. So you're spot on. So today, don't stop there, guys. Like actually through the day, just notice when you connected into this beautiful frequency and energy that's yours, that's all of ours as well. Just notice and see how people respond to you, and see what happens, what you create in your world around you. It truly is reflected back.
It is.
So yeah.
So everything in the room was clearer. Then white light came in. There was a burst, a large circle over my head of white and blue. Yeah.
Something else coming through from Marie. Yeah. So thanks, Marie. I know it's interesting because sometimes the colors might be different to what I'm saying. They'll merge or morph into something else, and that's perfect. So yeah. So, well, this is interesting as well from Christine.
Oh, I have a new connection with my deceased brother. He came clearly in breathwork last night and came again just then. Oh, looks like
I'm getting goosebumps. And it's so interesting, Tony, because I was thinking of you and your brother as well. Isn't that interesting? I didn't say anything live, but I was actually connecting into Tony and her brother because I know she's just been through this.
I shall read this because this is beautiful. Yesterday we had the celebration for life for my brother at the beach where he lived, and a huge butterfly flew right in front of me, almost touching my heart.
Oh, goosebumps. I love it when we just get messages from our loved ones.
Oh, we sure do. And you know what? That brings me back just quickly to this card, and you can see the butterfly on that card there in the middle. And, I also feel that we feel it through our bodies. That's the luxury we have. And so don't dismiss those feelings because they're telling us something. Definitely.
Absolutely. And we're connected, so I love that, Christine, as well, that you're your brother sort of came through, and they can. When we're in that high frequency, it's much easier for them to come through. Of course, we're grieving because we've lost them in our physical world, but when we're in that beautiful high state, that's when we can say, hey, come on in, and they will. You know, my friend will still send me moths that passed last year, and I go, hello, yeah, thank you, you're here. So they do, and you just own it, and it makes life so much better, really, at the end of the
That's
day.
the harmony we're aiming for, and we're certainly seeing it coming through now, which is beautiful.
Yeah, so
Thank you for that. Excellent.
That's
What a
so good.
treat.
Yeah, what a treat, hey? And so yeah, and Tony, I think I still owe you a session. Can you email me? And I am at magicmarie.com. I haven't put anything up in my calendar yet. So yeah, I'm sure it was you. So let me know. Oh, this is beautiful as well.
He was clearer than he's ever been, and full body too. Wow. All veils thin.
Christine, it's because you're clearer than you've ever been, so he could come through. So yeah, just not just, oh, okay, that's interesting. So not just a face. Yes, it was Tony. Good. Yeah, Tony, email me, honey. I've been thinking about you. So definitely. Well, what a beautiful, beautiful get together, like family meeting. I love it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And Tony just said, yeah, she thought of scheduling with me just this morning. And you've been popping into my mind, and I'm going, I'm sure it's Tony, and I'm sure I owe her a healing. So yeah, beautiful. And we'll let you all go and have the most amazing week, and just stay connected. Just drop into that beautiful vibration with your guides. Give them permission. They need permission. Give them permission. I've been doing that a lot lately. Just guide me, help me. I think I need help here. La la la. And they do. They turn up in spades. So beautiful. All right. You're very loved, everyone. And Nick, thank you as always.
Thanks, Marie. Thank you, everyone. Lots of love to you all.
Bye.